This is me in my current skill. I'm just kidding. But over the next week, my goal is to master block placement with the sole purpose to help me win more Bed Wars games. I know what you're thinking. Why not just master PvP methods or work on your IQ in games? Well, I don't have an answer for that. Each day, I will go into a solo world and work on my block placements to get faster and more accurate. I will also work in an aim trainer to help with my precision in placing the blocks. Finally, to end each day, I will hop into some PvP games to put the block placements to practice. On day 1, I went straight into my solo world and started working on my block placements that I learned in my 1-hour challenge video. That if you haven't seen, go check it out, because I attempt to learn block placement techniques I've never used before, except I only give myself an hour. I kept working on the same block placements that I knew because I still wasn't very good at those yet. After that, I hopped onto the practice server bedwars.practice.club to work on my block-ins, which is important if you want to get a bed against a good team. I can say that I struggled very much with this and was not too good at getting the bed. After spending forever in Bedburrow, I hop into some Bed Wars to put my techniques to practice.
This guy stinks!
On the start of day 2, I open up my aim trainer and go through plenty of practice situations to find the aim practices that I will be working on throughout the week. The first practice I add is Tile Frenzy Mini, where the goal is to hit tiny blocks that are far away while being as fast as possible and as accurate as possible. After trying it for the first time, I got a score of 54.9. The next training simulation I did was called Pressure Aiming with 7 targets. The balls would rapidly expand and my goal was to pop them before they fully expanded and then shrunk back down. My score for this one was 2,572. After pressure aiming, I did Reflex Flick, which was by far the hardest one to do. The goal of this one is to hit the ball before it disappears, and it disappears fast, which caused me to miss a ton. This was only the fair version, so I couldn't even imagine the hard difficulty. My score ended up being 195.2. After that, I did another flick one, except this had a ball that wouldn't disappear. I would mostly just aim at that ball because the other one would come and go too fast. My score ended up being a horrendous -15. The last one I did was called Tile Frenzy, which just like the mini version, except they are larger. Well, obviously. My score for this was 76.3. Now that I had my starting scores that you can see on screen, we will continue to improve on them during the week. In my solo world, I worked on old techniques from my other video and also learned some new techniques to increase my array of skills. I also made another challenge for myself: get faster at the skill, the box. The box is a basic combination which helps work on the basic block placement techniques. This was my first attempt and I got a time of 39.67 seconds. Real quick, I know that was slow and it will get better over the week, I promise you. But if you do enjoy, please like and subscribe. I mean, over 90% of my viewers aren't even subscribed, so it'd mean the world to me. Now back to the video. For the rest of the week, I spent all my time grinding at placing blocks so perfect that I would be able to combo my enemies across the entire world. Day in and day out, I would put my mouse in such precise spots that the blocks would build into masterpieces while I'm smacking my enemies around. It was getting so easy that I was able to start doing it with my eyes closed and still beating up the enemies. After the most grueling week of non-stop block placement practice, it was finally time to see how my skills progressed. On the last day of the week, it was time to see how much I progressed in my skills. Let's check the aim trainer first. In the aim trainer, the first challenge I tested was Tile Frenzy, where on the first day my score was 76. And here is my part of the final attempt now. The next test I did was Tile Frenzy Mini, which I got a score of 55 the first time trying it. Here is my final attempt. After my Tile Frenzy challenges, I attempt a new high score in pressure aiming. Here's my go at it now. After a new high score in pressure aiming, I jump into the hardest challenge, Reflex Flick. If I'm able to score a new high score in this game mode, I will definitely have improved. Another high score. This is going pretty good. Next, I have my worst game mode where I got a negative 15 the first time I did it. Target Acquisition Flick. Let's see if I can make an improvement. I may not have ended up with a positive score, but I still improved a lot from negative 15. Now we can look at all the improvements on my aim. In every category, I improved by over 16%, with an average improvement of 66%. Next, we can look at my block placement in my solo world. Once I get into my solo world, I start working on my box technique, and I'm just going to show you my two best techniques, one going to the left and one going to the right. After that, I hop into a game of Bed Wars where I only have one shot to show my improvement because as you can see, I'm already level 99 and didn't want to hit 100 quite yet. Right now, I see that green standing on a bridge, so I just decide to hit him off and then go to get his bed because that's an easier kill than trying to block fight him. Then, when I'm running back with diamonds, I see pink after me, and again, I just have to get him off because I don't want to lose my bed quite yet. After killing pink, I decide to head to mid, and then I get hit off and he's invisible, which I did not know there, so I was very confused on how I died. Then I lose my bed because Aqua Team decided to go after me and I see him invis there, so I do end up chasing him away, which is good for me because I don't want to fight him as a final kill. Then I head to mid, where it's just me and him left, and I get a tracker to try to find out where he is, and it's pointing, and I'm looking everywhere for him. I'm kind of assuming he's invis right now, but I always have a pearl to get out of there if I need to, and just watch what happens. Yup, I win from his stupidity. Because of that game being so short, I decide to jump into Mineman Club to play a game or two, and I'll show you my best clip now from it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do enjoy, please like and subscribe. It'd mean the world to me.